Well, good morning. It's just gone 6:30 in the morning and it's time to make the final journey back home. Um, it's a beautiful morning again today. Really, really nice. I really have been blessed with the weather. So now it's time to take a drive back, get home and give this car a really good wash. And my goodness, does it need a really good wash. So we're gonna crack on and yeah, get our way back home. Well, it's a lovely way to start the morning. Look at this. This is the nice thing about getting up early and setting off. We have managed to capture a few more moments on a great road in North Yorkshire. A bit of fun. Unfortunately, now we're going to have to get on the motorway. There we go, round and out onto the motorway. And now, at least we can open it up. It doesn't take long to get to 70 miles an hour. When it comes to motorway driving, it's still pretty good, this car, because it's got the cruise control. So once you get to your desired speed, obviously 70 miles an hour, thereabouts on the UK motorways anyway, I've just set the cruise control on it. It just sits here at 70 miles an hour and it's okay. It's quite comfortable. It's a little bit more noisy due to road noise, which you would expect. It's pretty foggy. In fact, it's very foggy out there, look. So having to make sure we keep the lights on and take it nice and steady. Finally, the sun has burnt off all the fog and it's another beautiful day again. Now I'm coming back down the A1M rather than the M1 on my way back. I just decided to do it this way. Nothing to do with the sat nav, it's just the route I decided to take, but it's so much nicer than sitting on the M1 on the motorway. It's so much more scenic, there's hardly any traffic, and at the moment it's 8:30 in the morning, so this is really peak traffic, and I'm still able to maintain a nice steady 70 miles an hour. I've decided to put the sat nav on. I'm quite near home now, not too far to go, and told it to take me home rather than carry on down the motorway. I just thought with just sort of about 50 miles to go, I would try and get the sat nav to just give me one last little blast. And this is the road it's put me on. Look at this. Down for a bend, changing down, out of the bend. Look at this. There we go. So we're now into, unfortunately, an average speed check area. So I'm not going to be able to open it up the way I would, but that was a good opportunity there. It's taken me, again, the sat nav doing its job and taking me on quite a nice route. It's just such a shame that what we have here on this great little road are average speed cameras. So I'm on this road now. It's an absolutely beautiful road, but you'd think now that you could open the car up a bit and stretch its legs, but what the sat nav is telling me is this is an average speed zone of 50 miles an hour. So at least I'm constantly aware that I can't go over 50 miles an hour. But as you can see, if you're looking at these roads now, it'd be very, very tempting to put your foot down and completely forget that you are actually in fact in an average speed camera check area. And next thing you know, you've got points on your licence. I've just pulled into the services to get some fuel, a little bit more fuel, but I don't actually need to get some more fuel. I just want to show you this as an absolute amazing thing, because I'm back into the services that were on the opposite side of the services that I set off from 4 days ago. But here's the interesting number. So the trip meter tells me I've got 46 miles left before I need more fuel. So 46 miles before I need to fuel up. And the sat-nav tells me in order to get home, I've got, I don't know if you can see this, 40 miles to go. I've actually still got enough fuel since I fueled up on the borders of Scotland, despite going all the way across the top of the Pennines instead of going straight home. So despite taking a massive diversion across the top of the Pennines, I've still got enough fuel in theory to get me home, but I am gonna top it up. I don't believe in letting the tank go that low, but that's amazing. Try doing that in your Lamborghini Gallardo. So here we are at the exact same location, just on the other side of the motorway, at near enough the exact same time that I did the video 4 days ago, before I set off on this road trip. And since then I've done over 1,000 miles. I've driven over mountains, I've driven A roads, I've driven B roads, I've driven on the edge of a cliff near enough several times, and all the way back again in this Alfa 4C. I've done over 1,000 miles, I've spent over 20 hours, and I'm going to do the exact numbers, but the critical question before I set off was, will I love or hate this car after spending so much time and doing so many miles in it? And the answer, without any question, is I absolutely love it. It's been really exciting to drive, and it hasn't missed a beat. It's still exciting to drive when I get back in it the following morning, having spent all day in it 2 days previous. I still absolutely get a buzz when I get in it. I'm finally home, and before I give this car a really good wash, let's take a look at the final numbers on the dashboard for this road trip and see the figures as they are, and see just how long and just how many miles I've done and spent in this Alfa Romeo 4C. So hopefully you can see this. Total travel distance 1,149.5 miles, so pretty well 1,150 miles, all but half a mile. Average speed 48 miles an hour. Travel time just 5 minutes short of a full 24 hours, 23 hours 55 minutes, and in fact the actual number is over 24 hours because I didn't reset the meter until I'd already left home and was well underway. So there we go. Tyres are all okay. So range, we've got 190 miles left because I put £20 worth of fuel in back a few miles ago. But here's the big one. Average fuel consumption. Here goes. 42.3 to the gallon. How about that? So though this car has been driven hard for the last 4 days, it's averaged 42.3 mpg. as I started to wash down all the bugs and dirt off the Alfa Romeo, I couldn't help but think that Alfa, like Lotus, gets a pretty bad rap when it comes to reliability. And yet, over the last 4 days, I'd driven this car across motorways, A roads, B roads, across mountains, across bridges, up and down cobbled streets. I'd driven it through gravel, through fog, and even got it covered in giant bird poo. And yet, throughout this whole time, this little Alfa Romeo never once let me down. It never once produced any problems. It never once failed to start. And it did all of that while returning over 42 miles to the gallon. Thanks for watching.